Guys, welcome to Track to Hell. I'm Daniel Escobar and I'm with Dome, guitarist from the Italian band Fulci. Uh, Present yourself.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you.
Tell us some stuff about your band. It was named in 2013 after Luciano Fulci, a legend on horror movies in Italy, and how this idea came out.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we come from different experiences. So even before the founding of this band, we played together. We know each other since more than 20 years.
Mhm.
So at that point, we wanted to join the two things we like the most, like death metal and horror movies. That's why we founded this band, just to play and having fun doing what we like. And at that point, when we had to choose a name for the band, we decided to make it simple and make pay homage to our favorite horror movies director of all times, and by chance it was Italian.
Yeah.
So so we named the band after him, and then it started from there. So we decided to dedicate the full project to this Italian director that is very well known outside Italy, especially in US, Germany, and Southeast Asia. Everything was born step by step. So we decided to make albums that were concept albums based on his movies. So each album is based on one movie,
Wow.
and that's why you can find connection in the colors of the album covers, the subjects, the lyrics, the mood, the general mood of the album is connected in some way to the movie itself. So we really like this kind of approach, and the band started to investigate not only death metal, that of course is our main influence, but we are also influenced by soundtracks. So we added some soundscape sounds, synthesizers that can give also these horror vibes or giallo vibes or thriller vibes when we need. What else? We started with the nice thing is that we started with a drum machine. So in the beginning, the band has a drum machine, not even a real drummer, because we didn't find someone interested in the project. So we started to play with drum machine, and when they asked to play some shows, we started to have shows just with drum machine. But we decided to add a video on the back, because since we didn't have a drummer, the stage was quite empty. So we decided to have a video in the back
Mhm.
to screen some scene of the movies from Lucio Fulci, and it became a sort of trademark for the band. So even nowadays that we have a real drummer, we try to have also a video in the back that is connected to the song we are playing.
Just for not losing that identity that you created in the beginning of the band. I mean, that's one of the things that characterize you, like having that, as you said, like trademark in the stage. It's a pretty curious thing, having a band fully inspired on her movies and making honor in the name, just fully related to soundtracks and giving that vibe in the stage, mixing it with death metal. And I wanted to ask you about, apart from the influence from horror movies, what you will say are the musical influences?
Mainly, we are down with the Floridian death metal, like
Yeah.
Tampa, Mori Sound era death metal, that is very wide, from Obituary to Morbid Angel, Cannibal Corpse, of course, D-Side, Malevolent Creation, all the bands that went recording in Tampa. It's of course a band we like. But also we are influenced by New York death metal, like Mortician or Necrophagia, for the music, but also for their horror vibes. And some other influences in death metal comes from Europe as well, like Bolt Thrower is one of our favorite bands. Pestilence, we love some albums from Pestilence very
Pestilence.
much.
Yep.
These are our main influences, but of course we keep listening music during the years. So we listen to a lot of hardcore music, punk hardcore, like electronic music and crossover music. Any kind of music is connected to our influences.
Well, that's a cool thing to hear. You know, like most of the metal bands nowadays, just do metal. They don't get any external influence. Like I would say, original influence. And for having an own identity, for building your own name into the scene, especially into the Italian scene, that at least from here from Spain, that is also a kind of that scene. There in Italy, you have a couple of great bands, but if you go to the extreme side, you know, you have Vulvectomy, Evangelic, Heidi's Divinity, you have great bands. But how you will consider the state of the Italian extreme scene right there?
But in Italy, I don't know. I'm very outside of the usual way of thinking. I think because for me it's still about community. I mean, this kind of music we listen to is not only music; is a way of life, actually. No matter what. I mean, so we first there is the community, the connection, the loyalty between bands and friends, and people that share with you the same passion. Also because we listen to this music and we be part of this community because we want to be outsiders, actually, even if now is very mainstream, this kind of extreme music. For me, still try to keep this kind of attitude. And there are in Italy, of course, bands like this that play this music because they still believe is something to to make, because to feel better, actually. So we create this parallel world where we want to live and be happy, because the real world sucks. The real world is shit. So
Ah, that's
that's
it.
why we created this parallel world where we want to feel better. So I don't like when there are fights or jealousies or things like this, because it makes no sense. We are all together. We are all we just want to have fun no matter what. So for me, it's like this, and I see in Italy is very good considering this thing, because younger generation are very connected, very active, and they don't care if in a show there are death metal bands with hardcore bands, with punk bands or grindcore bands. They don't care. They just want to have fun. As long the music is good, the vibes are good. Why I need to care? I mean, so I'm not so much with the agree. I'm with the elites in
Yeah.
heavy metal music. So I really like elites. If I think to some scenes in Europe or in Northern Europe, but for me it's not only about that. It's about interconnection. I mean, I listen to a lot of hip hop music as well, so I'm not afraid to add the hip hop music in death metal if it's needed, if it makes sense, and that's it.
Yeah, it made a great in like hip hop. It just made a big influence in the metal scene, you know, in the 90s, you know, with new metal, hardcore vibes. You know, they kind of mixed it, and it's great to hear that. Of course, there's a lot of people that just want metal as a not elitist thing, but just to blame on everyone, just criticize the bands because they're the ones that they listen to are the best. It's just about having fun, about being a community, being a family, and I think that that's what identifies us as a community. Like
Mm.
no matter from where you are, no matter what band you listen, we're gonna be together in the crowd, and that's what
Yeah,
makes the metal community beautiful, man.
yeah,
You know. I also wanted to speak about, of course, you're coming to Madrid DeathFest, headlining
yeah.
it. What about Spain? What do you think about Spain? Any comments about Madrid, coming to Madrid?
Of course, I think Madrid is one of the best, beautiful, most beautiful city in the world.
Wow.
Not only in Europe. I mean, it's if I think about Spain, I think about Madrid. Is beautiful. I've been there with my previous bands playing, but also as a visitor, and always having very good time. The architecture, the people, the city, the vibes, everything is perfect in my opinion. So I can't wait to come with Fulci. It's our first time in Spain, and I'm happy the first show is in Madrid. So we cannot wait to play there. And Madrid is one of our most
Wanted
um,
cities to go.
yeah, no, it's one of the most
Oh.
the show of this summer we really want to do,
Hmm.
and it's actually the first one, so we are very happy. And of course, in Spain, I really like the directors. One of my favorite directors is Jesus Franco. I don't know if you know him.
Jesus Franco, yeah.
So maybe
I'm not very I'm not too much into this culture, but Jesus Franco is a well-known
yeah,
one here.
it's a legend, legend. So I
Yeah.
hope to find a very maybe movie shop in Madrid or a music movie shop to buy some Jesus Franco VHS. Maybe I don't know.
I also wanted to ask, have you heard about the bands you're playing with, Storm, Stainless Madness, and especially Avlag? That these for me are the best ones there.
No, really, the truth is we don't know these bands, so
Hmm.
we can't wait to see them on stage because I think the stage is the best thing
Yeah, to
to
discover the bands.
to discover a band
Yeah.
because this music is mainly for the it's live music, so
Hmm.
you can have the real energy of the band because sometimes on on the recordings it's not easy to catch the real essence of a band. So we are very curious. We always happy to connect with new bands, new artists when we tour or when we have
Hmm.
shows around.
I fully agree with you, man. I fully agree with you. You know, going to a festival and not knowing any band, that's one of the worst things you can do. Of course, that you can do that like a couple of times just. I mean, if you just repeat that festival because you are being you're knowing the bands over and over again, and you ended up with seeing a headlining tour from any band or whatever, and you know all the bands. But yeah, that's one of the greatest things, going to a festival or a concert or whatever, and not knowing how do they sound, because you expect them to give all the energy, all the first impressions, like that frenetic
Yeah,
vibes.
totally, totally.
Exactly, exactly. And as a last question, I wanted to ask you about a top three of horror films for you.
Horror
Yeah,
films in general, not only from Lucio Fulci, right?
uh, you can do both if you want.
No, no, because they
What do
during the
you
interview
like
they
in
always ask
general?
the
My
top
bad.
three Lucio Fulci movies. That is very very difficult. So
Yeah,
I can say one of my favorite movies is Night of the Living Dead
Night of the Living Dead. Yeah.
from Romero, but
Hmm.
actually I prefer the Tom Savini version from early 90s.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I mean Romero is one of my favorite director. I mean the zombie trilogy is like a must to see
Fully
at
agree.
least once in life.
Hmm.
Then another great movie is from Dario Argento. That is the in Italian is L'uccello dalle piume di cristallo. Is I think his first movie actually is the bird with the crystal plumage, maybe in English.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a giallo. He's very yeah. He's not very horror, but is some in some way a little bit there is tension and is quite creepy. So I can pick that one. And then yeah, from Lucio Fulci I can pick so many, but I will say City of the Living Dead. That I think is
The Living Dead,
yeah, I
the
think
greatest
is
one.
for me it's one of the best because it's very dark, it's very gothic, and the zombies and splatter and gore effects are amazing. Like, you know, when you are a metalhead and you are young and you are drinking your beer and you saw those scenes, you want to smash the world, you know.
Fully good. Yeah, exactly. You know, being a young metalhead, I mean, as I am, I'm just 20. And I just love all this stuff, you know. I just cannot stop listening to slam metal, like just gore stuff, man. I actually have a band, and we did the same, a slam band, and all the thematics and everything is the most gore stuff you can imagine, and also with fun stuff, you know. Missing that, I think slam genre is like taking those two factors, like slam gore and funny stuff and comedy, and just mixing it together, like bands like, I don't know, the first one I can just say is Gutalax, for example, like the main stage, or Put Your Defecation, or Guttural Disgorge.
Yeah, there are a lot
There's
of
plenty of bands.
crazy bands around there.
Guttural Disgorge, I mean, I'm flipping out with these guys. They're like 16, 17, 18. They're from Denmark. And it's a mixture between Visceral Disgorge and Guttural Slug. They just mix the names. And they released an album in January, I think, and you should hear it to that, man. It's just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. Now it's
crazy.
coming also the new Vulvectomy album. It's coming
Opa.
out
Yeah.
in maybe 1 week.
Hmm.
So I think they did a great job.
I'll try to review it. And
Yeah,
also, Devangelic is coming to one of the best festivals, extreme festivals we have in the area. Move Your Fucking Brain is called. And they're coming, and I cannot wait to see these guys because the
yeah. I
thematic,
got to see them on stage. It's crazy how
yeah,
they are
you should
so
know.
brutal. Yeah,
You should know them pretty well, right? These guys.
yeah. You
Yeah, I
should check
mean,
also the new. Speaking about Italy, the new
mhm.
Bedsore album
Bedzor.
is Bedsore. Yeah, it's
Okay.
an Italian band from Rome. They are on
Mhm.
20 Buck Spin Records, like us, and it's totally different from Slam. It's
Okay.
totally different. But they mix death metal with Italian prog rock from the 70s.
Wow.
So it's something very interesting, very interesting.
I
Not
would check
easy,
that.
not easy listening. Like you need a little bit of time to get it, but
I like this stuff. No
it's
problem.
beautiful
I
work.
love.
You need a beautiful work.
Nice. I mean, I like technical stuff. Like one of my main genres is though like a band called Biljarta, you know him?
No,
They do like atmospheric progressive gent like Meshuggah. It's like a blow mind. And they're so therapeutic to your mind, man. It's like another world. These guys started in 2011, I think, and they were just so advanced to the time. Because now all the bands are doing what they were doing 15 years ago. I
yeah,
should recommend
it's
it. It's
always
like
like this.
Wild Heart in Swedish. Wild Hjärta.
Okay,
So good name, I
yeah,
would say.
it's if they're from Sweden, is of course it's
Yeah,
good.
typical stuff from
Cannot be
there.
bad. Cannot be
And
bad.
cannot be bad. All the things that came out from Sweden are just God, man. Are just God.
But
Catatonia, hypocrisy,
food is
hysteria.
better in Italy.
Huh?
But food is better in Italy.
Ah, okay. No, in Sweden they have like surströmming, that like fish, fermented fish that smells like shit. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I can eat Swedish food, but I think if we have to talk metal, they are better than us. But in food, I prefer
Yeah,
Italy.
I don't think you can eat that, like that canned fish. I mean, everyone that tries it is like a meme, man. Everyone fucking vomiting and everything because it smells like shit.
I don't know. I will tell you when we go to play to Sweden.
I hope soon. You were in the US, right? Not too long
Yeah,
ago.
we've been in US many times, like many
Not,
times,
yeah,
like more than in Europe,
more
of
than one.
course.
Yeah.
But yeah, US is beautiful.
Do you think that you're most welcome in the US, more seen in the US than in Europe? I think so.
No, I don't know. I think that in US people is very uh, happy about this Fulci project because they really like both things. I mean, death metal and horror movies, especially when he's Italian horror movies. So they're very happy in Europe as well. But maybe Europe, especially Italy, everything comes a little bit later than US. So maybe it took some times, but we're going to have a very good live activity in Europe in the next months.
Ooh,
So we cannot complain.
nice. Well, I cannot expect you to have you at least in Barcelona, like the city I have. Mm, um, I have next to me. Like Madrid is like I think it's like 3 hours in train. I'll try to go to that fest because I have some friends there in June. I'm not sure if I will be in Poland at Mystic Festival in that time. I don't know. You will be at Mystic, right? Or no?
No, 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 we will
No,
not be there.
no. You
We'll
will
be
be at Brutal Assault.
Brutal Assault, Obscene
Okay.
Extreme, Partisan, with another festival in France, the Return to Strength in Germany,
Dortmund DeathFest, maybe.
Dortmund Death
Dortmund.
Fest,
Yeah.
and some others. I don't remember everything.
Yeah, it's because I was trying to schedule my festivals and I was trying to go to Brutal and I remember that I saw you on that list.
Yeah,
But
it's a huge amount of bands. So
I just want to get in there mainly for seeing Suffocation, Dying Fetus, like the fucking Ghoul and stuff. And also
yeah,
Angel Maker is one of my favorite bands nowadays. But that
yeah.
place, I don't know if you have been before to Brutal.
No, never been, never been.
Oh,
But we played with Suffocation on tour in
hmm.
US.
Wow.
So I think it's one of the best bands if you talk about brutal death metal,
Yeah.
especially on stage. That they're like brutal machine. Yeah,
Hmm.
incredible.
Pioneers on the genre, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Pioneers in that. So, Dame, it's been a pleasure. We ran out of time. I don't know if I get to Brule, I'll try to see you there as a photographer. As I go to Madrid, well, I'll try
yeah.
to be there. I'll try to be there. I'll
I
try
hope
to see
so.
you.
I hope so to see you. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for the interview and good luck. And cannot wait to meet some Spanish death metal horror lovers.
Uh, um, Thank you so much.